think about it and the tragedy behind this, Larnach was wealthy, he had a great family, he was a promising politician, and he built the castle in 1871.
And it all went downhill, didn't it,
Exactly.
really?
In 20 years, his 2 wives died, his favourite daughter died, he ended up committing suicide after going bankrupt.
And his son committed suicide 12 years later.
After supposedly sleeping with his 3rd wife. Yeah.
It is so steeped in
Not
history.
a particularly happy life, or cheerful, really.
Now, Sophie, your family owns Larnach Castle and you were brought up here. So what was that like? Can you describe some of the experiences of living here and some of the energies that you may have felt here?
The words that come to my mind when people always ask me is cold and scary. So what's it like growing up in a castle, you know? Is it like Cinderella, really romantic? And I go, cold and scary. And I did have one experience where I was there during the witching hour and I was on the telephone and I felt a presence come into the room and I thought it was my brother coming home because half my mind was on my phone conversation. And then I just realised, no, you're by yourself, and I just put down the phone and ran. It wasn't a bad experience, it was just like there was someone else in the room with me, and that was the one that freaked me out the most.
Right. Well, did any of the rest of your family, while they were living here, experience anything?
We had a premiere of the play Larnach Castle of Lies in the ballroom, and when Larnach went to kill himself, this was like the highlight of the play, there was this big boomp and all this light and noise, and Mum thought, oh, really great special effects. And afterwards the actors were just, because they had, you know, they hadn't expected anything like this and spooky things had been happening, and Mum went to them afterwards, oh, that was really great special effects when Larnach shot himself, and they go, nah. And it was thunder and lightning, and it just happened the only time that evening. It was very spooky.
taking a travel writer around, Spanish travel writer, and she was a lovely woman, and we were talking about what it would have been like as a woman living in the castle in those days, and we got talking about ghost stories and all the ghost stories we'd heard, and I said, well, if there's a ghost, I think it's Eliza. Because, I mean, Eliza had had the hard life here, really.
The first wife. The set-up and the whole...
Yeah, her money built the castle. She watched her son have an affair with her husband's third wife, and she watched her half-sister marry, you know, her husband. So she had reasons to be haunting. Anyway, we were laughing and joking, and I was walking down the stairs. Next thing, I felt like someone had pushed me.
Like a physical slap my hand, like
a very hard push in the middle of my back. And I probably went down about 6 or 7 steps. And I was quite badly hurt. I was bleeding nose, cut lips, grazed knees, and I was very upset.
Oh, heck. So they can actually physically touch, even though you can't see them?
Well, that's what it felt like to me.
Idiot.
We go to walk off to take some photographs. He actually ended up taking a photo here of the doorway, and I'm going to show you the photo that you ended up taking, which is quite exceptional.
Wow.
It's quite exceptional,
It's
isn't
like a...
Person?
And I'd say that to me is like an apparition, not a full figure, but
Looks like a
definitely
full figure.
But you know what I mean? Not a solid form.
Yeah.
An apparition of
And
something.
you can almost see a hat,
Yep.
if you like.
Yep.
Someone in an overcoat hunched over in the doorway.
And this is, sorry, when I'm standing further back in the room and I was facing out towards the
You were
doorway,
facing the doorway.
after I just summoned him.
Yep. So basically what I did was just change the colour and the balance and the contrast just so I could see what was around it, which made it sort of come out a little bit clearer like that. And then finally, I did that. I changed the levels even further just so I could get just the figure and the
No
light.
way.
And that's
Sounds
it.
like he came.
So whatever you said to him, it certainly worked, because there he is standing in the doorway.
That's amazing.
It's cold enough without just sending shivers up my spine like that just did, so what do you say we leave Larnach Castle and Mr. William Larnach in peace?
I hope he doesn't follow us. Good one, Michael.
I'll drive quickly.